He's questionable. Wasn't feeling great yesterday, and that has only gotten worse today, which is unfortunate. One, we have a game tonight, and two, it's his Christmas holiday. But um, we'll see how he feels. He's trying to, fight through it, and if he can't go, then we'll rely on somebody else.
How does that, if he is ultimately out, just how does that sort of change the complexion of running your offense, and does it change anything at all?
Well, we don't have another guy averaging 32, 13, and 10, so it changes it a little bit. But we have to play how we play, and defensively against this team, we know that they're elite on both ends of the floor, and whoever is available to play, Nikola or somebody else, just go out there and find a way, not an excuse.
Peyton defended against one of you really well the other night. I thought, what has kind of his development been like at that end so far throughout this season? Are there areas where you kind of still see him growing? That's been on nights.
Oh yeah, he's definitely growing. He's a young player. He's 21, 22 years old, so he better be growing still. But he embraced the opportunity to guard any elite player, and I think anytime you're tasked with that responsibility, you can either embrace it or run from it. And I thought Peyton did an outstanding job of committing to it and leaving everything out on the floor. He was disciplined, he was physical, and that's what we need from him every night, whether it's he's guarding Wemby, whether he's guarding Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown or whoever it may be. He's got to be a guy that can come in and impact the game right away on the defensive end. And that San Antonio game was a great example of that.
Where have you seen Mike's game grow the most this year?
Playmaking, probably. And it's really incredible when you look at Michael's career and the things that we've challenged him with, and his dedication and commitment to trying to become a better player. This is a guy that was the number one player in his class when he was in high school. And you get to the NBA, you get on a team that's a really talented team, and now you're being asked to do some things that you really have never done before. And so his commitment and buy-in to the defensive end of the floor, his commitment and buy-in to playing without the ball, spacing the floor correctly. But I love two things: the playmaking, as I mentioned, and how aggressive he is in attacking the basket. Those are two things that I think have stood out to me this year, and he's another guy that I think still has so much room to grow, and we're going to need him tonight to step up and have a big game on both ends.
You know, we've asked you a lot about forward minutes. Mike is a career high, pretty decent amount right now. I think it was 88 minutes across that back-to-back that he played. Just when a guy kind of has his injury history, as much pride as he takes in the durability aspect, what kind of conversations are you having with him throughout the season right now in terms of just kind of making sure that he's
Yeah, I mean, it's Michael takes tremendous pride in his body and making sure he's ready to go. He's a guy that's always in the gym, in the weight room, in the training room, getting whatever treatments he needs, and he wants to play. I mean, think about last year; he played in 81 games. So, if there's ever a conversation from my training staff and my daily conversations with Steve Short about a guy needing a game because his body's just breaking down, he's played too many minutes, and we can have that conversation. But as of right now, Michael's been. The other night, second half of back-to-back, 24 points in the second half, and he was outstanding. We're not in position to win that game late and in overtime without Michael's contributions in the third quarter and fourth quarter.
Do you see any similarities between Boston now and you guys last year?
Similarities between us and them.
Repeat champions.
Well, they got off to a really hot start. I think they're 10-7 in the last 17 games, and I think they're probably understanding the fact that when you do win it, and then everybody you play, it doesn't matter who you're playing, everybody's going to try to beat the champs. We went through it, and obviously we were unable to repeat, and they're on their journey, and there's a lot of great teams in this league, and they're well on their way. But I'm not sure the conversations that they have within their locker room. I know for us, it was taking it one game at a time and realizing what was coming at us every night, and hopefully we can find a way to give ourselves a chance to win this game against a team that we know how talented they are.
In your experience, is that the number one most difficult thing about repeating, is just how much energy and excitement every team you're facing has to prepare for you? Is it also comes
Yeah, I don't think now one time last year did I feel like we were complacent. I mean, we tied a franchise record, 57 wins. So I don't ever think it was complacency. I think it was, you know, you get through the regular season, then you have the playoffs, and that's when it really matters. Like, can you find a way to win a series? And last year, we were not able to get the job done. You know, losing second round in Minnesota. But I can't speak for all the other champions. Golden State was the last team to go back to back. My father was on a staff with Chuck Daly in Detroit when they went back to back. It takes a special team and a special group to be able to fight through the adversity and the complacency and the fact that 29 other teams are coming for you every night. And, you know, I was going to say I wish him well, but I really don't.
Mike, I'm sorry if you are sick of talking about this, but Jokic shooting 49% from three. I mean, how remarkable is that for a three-time MVP to make such a leap in that way? And then what does that do for the rest of the team?
Well, it's funny. You know, I go back to a conversation we had during training camp, and he had asked me one day, "Hey, Coach, do you think I should shoot more threes?" And my answer was a resounding yes. I think you need to shoot more threes. And if you look at his career, and that's been really interesting, he's had years where he shot 38 from three. He's had years where he shot 32 from three. And more importantly than anything, I love the fact that he's committed to shooting that shot. I mean, he's had games where he might miss 5 in a row, but he's not allowing that to detract from shooting another wide open three. Teams guard him certain ways. And what that does for us is obviously it opens up the offense. It forces teams to treat him as a shooter. And for a big guy, he's one of the best players I've ever been around in terms of attacking closeouts, getting downhill, and then creating a drive and kick three, throwing up a lob to an Aaron Gordon or a Peyton Watson, or shooting a floater where he's just as proficient. So I just love his commitment to shooting that shot. We are once again one of the bottom of the league in terms of three-point attempts. So you want the Nikolas, the Michaels, the Jamals, the Julians. All those guys should be shooting as many as they can as long as they're good shots.
That conversation with this training camp? Or-
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, everybody.